is not original to the family, even though it is period antiques. What is original are the stones that you're standing on. So these stones are ballast stones off of one of Moses' ships from the 1790s. And then the brick here is also original, and it extends out so far because this is your 1795 stove top. So you could of course cook big pots of stew right over the fire, but for more precise cooking, you would shovel full of hot coals and embers right out here onto the bricks and set your pots and pans and trivets right on top of these piles of hot coals, which you could have many things cooking at one time out here. But I want you to notice what I'm wearing today. I wore this on purpose. This long skirt, right? I brush up against one of these hot piles of coal, I could catch on fire, just like that. And fire was one of the leading causes of death among women during this time period, behind disease and childbirth. So it was a very dangerous time, and cooking was hard work for anybody. And certainly the people who were enslaved here had no choice about their lives, their duties, what they were doing every day, and what even they were cooking. So I'm going to pass around.
Can I ask a question about the skirt?
Yes.
So if an enslaved person was cooking and their skirt caught fire and maybe it burned off some of the material, is there a point where it was considered indecent?
I mean, very, very possibly. And
Like above the ankle?
well, typically, the clothes could get pretty ragged. And we know, for instance, George Washington, probably Myers too, only supplied one set of clothes a year. And now think about this, especially for people who were enslaved on plantations, and they're doing hard labor every day of their lives out in fields. Is one pair of clothes going to suffice? No. So it was, the clothes could and did get pretty ragged. Now, interestingly, and I don't have it printed out here, I don't have the primary source, unfortunately, but apparently one of Moses' first shipments when he came to Norfolk, he included many things, but one of them was cloth specifically marketed for the enslaved population. And I want to do a quick side note here about that too. When you study the history of Jews and slavery, you see a lot of people, Jewish people, getting in trouble for doing a certain thing, and that is opening their shops and markets for business on Sundays. Because remember, for most Christians, that's illegal. You can't sell anything on Sunday. But the Jewish people did sometimes do it, and they were getting in trouble for selling to the enslaved population, because what is the only day an enslaved person has off? Sunday. So it was like a catch-22 for the people who were enslaved. That was their only day out that they could buy anything if they had any money to buy anything with, but nobody would sell anything to them because it was illegal to do so on a Sunday. So anyhow, that's sidebar, but it's interesting. I'm going to pass around these two recipes. This is for yeast, which has to be caught. This is for light bread and